And then one of the stories I have to tell you. And we had one couple, like, everybody talked about them because they're just forever. So the last morning, we were cheering. Last morning, I'm like, I didn't have a breakfast. Good, you know. They walk in at like 10:30. And they were like, we have promised breakfast today. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but breakfast is only until like 10. And we already done with like breakfast service. Made a big fuss there. And they're like, how can it be happening? We were promised breakfast. I'm like, give me a moment. I'm going to make sure there's a table for you. And I'm going to ask the kitchen if it's possible to breakfast. And of course, it wasn't one of the prime tables because we were already sitting for lunch service. So I brought them to a table. And I'm like, no. I was like, what's wrong now? They're like, no, that's not the table we want. We wanted one table there, like over there. Like, okay. I'm like, oh yeah, just come with me. I'm gonna sit with you. It's no problem at all. You know, it's perfect. Put my best serve on them. I'm like to serve them, and also, of course, making sure the restaurant is nice. I check the tables, if everything was up to my standards. Like ask for the check. I went over there and be like, hey, everything went all right. You were happy with breakfast? They're like, yeah, breakfast was fine. And then I left, and then you're like, like always check the like reviews we got in the mornings, and there was a comment from them online. They were like, yeah, breakfast was all right after we were served finally, but the manager, she was prancing around through the whole restaurant and ignored us. What the heck? So you want me to serve you just because you come late for breakfast? I'm like, what?